find it quite interesting how no one often talks about the true meaning behind rage games, or fighting games as we nowadays know them. The games have an interesting grip on us, often making the players yell out of frustration, or perhaps slam something we have nearby for the moment. But if we forget the anger and take a closer look, and think about the moment we share while playing through them, you'll start to notice cracks in the games and truly see them for what they are and the lesson they are trying to teach us. I'd like to put my main focus on the two main rage games in this video, Jump King and Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Now I've touched on this subject on one of my earlier videos where I spent a moment just talking about things, but enough about me. Let's actually talk what we're here for. Jump King, a game made by Nextile, released in 2019, and later on 2 DLCs releasing for the game through its journey. You play as a knight, or whatever you see fit for our little blue character, and your main goal is to climb through the various areas the game has and reach the babe at the top as the game tells you so at the very beginning. Now at start, it seems simple enough, just some nice easy jumps to get you started, with falling not really being as big of a thing as later on through the game. Getting high enough in the game, a fall starts to show bigger risk, and falling will often produce anger and rage in the player. But eventually reaching the top, you realize the hours you've spent and the journey you shared. You take a deep breath and prepare for more, or perhaps never touch the game again. Now falling, especially in Jump King, always teaches you that it's more so about reaching the goal that the game itself gave you, reaching the babe at the top. You may fall, yet you get up, since you want the reward that you so deserve after beating the game. A simple yet great lesson. You're merely here for a reward for working hard. You got your goal and you want it to be worth it. As for our other friend in the pot and a hammer in his hands, eventually shaking himself awake, a nice, calm tone surprises you after going forward, speaking in a sweet tone and explaining a story. This is Getting Over It, a game made by Bennett Foddy, released in 2017. You get guided to a simple main menu for the game, with just a few options to choose from. You decide to start the journey and press onwards. No guide or goal in sight, unlike in Jump King. Just a black pot that starts shaking, showing our character. As you go through the game, you start scaling higher and higher, fighting the game's clunky controls and perhaps even getting angry at our narrator as he makes fun of you for falling down. You'll reach various different areas as usual, like in Jump King, only this time it's mountains and random objects scattered around. As to the player, it looks like a mess. Our narrator explains the choices behind them, telling you how the game was made and what it was inspired by. After scaling towards snowy mountains, you reach a snake. Bennett Foddy telling you how you'd feel bad if you win, and how you have a feeling to taste defeat. If you so choose to go forwards and higher, he'll come in a bit later on asking you,
have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot, Diogenes? Are you his hand? Are you the top of his hammer?
Finishing it off, saying how he thinks you're the man's will, his resolve in his uphill ascent. Climbing up the pole, he starts naming the areas you've gone past, saying how there's nowhere else to go but up, telling you he's glad you joined him. Past the asteroids, he comes in for one last line.
I dedicate this game to you, the one who came this far. I give it to you with all my love.
And closes the game off by singing you a song, leaving you with a feeling of happiness and possibly sadness as the game blacks out and shows you your time, ready and prepared for a new round. The game's main goal wasn't to finish it, as many people expect it to be. It was to learn. You had no goal or purpose. You saw a way forward and chose it until the end. No matter how weird things seemed, or if something didn't work out, or people made fun of you for taking steps back and failing. To me, Getting Over It shares a special place in my heart compared to Jump King. It's more of a mental journey, trying to think who you truly are, and finding your purpose yourself without guidance. and learning to accept failure as part of growing as a person so you can climb higher up, and also learning to push on through no matter what life throws at you. Now everyone has their own meanings about fighting games. Some see them as a fun time, while others may stop midway through the journey out of anger, and others complete them with a feeling that they can't quite comprehend. There's truly no correct way to play or learn. We all share our differences and move on, either with the help of others or alone, as only we make the true choice in our lives, not anyone else. Thank you for being here.